I'm Cara Chowning, and I'm a pianist who, I love collaboration. That's the bulk of what I do. I'm also a vocal coach. And yes, I'm stepping into this new, embracing this entrepreneurship model. And, I came very late to the game. I had a friend, colleague of mine on a Friday afternoon in June sort of FaceTime me and say, hey, check out this website. And this lady, I've known her for a long time, and just check it out and let me know what you think. Okay. So later that night, I get online, and I see Fabiana, and I see her beautiful face and heard some of her training from last spring. And then my friend, texts me back and say, did you watch it? I'm thinking about doing her program. It's kind of expensive, but what do you think? Let's talk tomorrow, and you should do it too. Let's do it together. So, so whatever, I let like 24 hours pass. And then, yeah, I hopped on a call with Fabiana. I think it was Monday afternoon. And, she hit me right away with like the questions of like, what do I want? What do I want to see if I could create my perfect, world with my professional life, my personal life. And we talked right then and there about the big issues of like scarcity versus abundance. And, it just was what I needed to hear. And I think I signed that night and class started the next day. So it was a crazy leap of faith, if you will. But I thought, well, I'm going to learn how to start a business. I'm going to learn how to do an online business. And, I talked with my husband about it, and he goes, great. Well, there's no time like right now, let's get into this and see what's possible and what can be better for our, your life and our family. And so I did get all of that in the 6-month program with Fabiana, but I got so much more. For me, the deep dive in the personal, the inner work that Fabiana talked about during this last hour was like a huge takeaway I wasn't expecting. All of these, considering alignment and mindset and limiting beliefs I maybe had pushed so far aside I didn't even know I had them, as was so meaningful for me in the last 6 months, that I just had no idea I was going to do. So that was pretty exciting. And yeah, I am proud of the fact that I was able to make some changes because of all this work we talked about. I didn't realize I had money issues, and that I was apologetic always for like, oh yeah, it's going to cost this much, to work with me, or, I can give you, don't worry about that rehearsal. It's free. Well, pay me 2 weeks after the recital, whatever, it doesn't matter. So like kind of looking at how I view myself and my own value, kind of really helped me to feel confident in making some changes. And so right away in August, actually, I don't know if I told you this, Fabiana, but I just decided I'm raising my rates, my collaborative like rates. I'm going to raise my rates. I just put it out there in a really clear email. This is what it is. And I also, put new boundaries on like that kind of work that I do too. It has to be something I really want to do, or it has to be a piece I really want to learn, or someone I really want to work with. And, I'd always been afraid before as a freelancer prior to my university life, of saying no. What would happen if I said no? What would happen if I was more demanding? People wouldn't like me. People, all of the bad things that we think about in our minds. And when the minute I did those things, nobody batted an eye. I'm fortunate, to be in a place where there's a need for what I do. And the pandemic fortunately hasn't changed that too much for me, although I know it has for many colleagues. But, I've had more work than I knew what to do with. And so that mindset made me feel better about it. And of course, I know you asked Denise about, signing her first big client. And I guess I can share a little bit about that too, because I had somebody, wanting to work with me. And after going through this time with you, Fabiana, I thought, I don't want to do it the way I've always done it before. First of all, this person lives in China, so it's probably going to be 6 a.m. or 9 p.m. at night when I'm going to be working with them. And I was like, which is a big commitment. Yes, I would enjoy the work, but that's a big commitment, right? So I just came up with this amazing offer that I had already seen via Denise, via our group, via the resources that Fabiana gave to us. And so I was able to just put this offer together and just send it to this person. And Fabiana talks about flow and ease, and like, that creating things that can bring more joy, more gifts into our lives. And in the beginning, I couldn't see it. I don't think there's no way it's never going to happen for me. But when it came right down to this moment, that's how it felt. I just put it out there, to see what happens. And like, there was 10 days of radio silence, I'll tell you. So, and I think in the past I would have been like checking the email every day and wondering, but in this situation, I was like, it's okay, whatever happens. I was okay with it. And she did in fact, sign on, and we've been working together for a month, and it's been a really wonderful experience. And it's been an experience that has given me the confidence also to go ahead and start implementing the other things that Fabiana has talked to us about, like the actual roadmap and the process for putting out a bigger offer. So I'm committed to starting a launch, a quick launch for a shorter program in January, and then working with my social media and all the things that you've told us, you've suggested we do for my bigger program in the spring, which would encompass more of what I'm about, because obviously I have the collaborative piano portion and the vocal coach portion. But actually during our class, I completed my yoga training and some breathwork certifications, which was just insane. But Fabiana's approach to, let's create something that is about all of you and all of your skill set. And so I am bravely, I think, ready to step into that world and, say, this is my authority, this is what I'm about, and that I have something to offer. And, just here I am with some ready to serve and support musicians. And I'm also truly grateful for the inclusion in this greater discussion of this movement in our industry, of how musicians can step up and create a better working environment and a better life for themselves. So
thank you so much for sharing, Cara. And I think it resonates so much with everyone here. The fact that we all go through doubts and hesitations in this journey. It's not a straight road, right? It's not something that just flows like everyone is just comfortable all the way. You have shared with us the vulnerability of it, right? And your willingness to just perhaps at some point hesitate, but take action no matter what. And the results, the surprising results that happen when you are in this place of unattachment, right? Of not really feeling that neediness of the outcome, but rather knowing that you're creating something from a place of flow, from a place of integrity, from a place of passion, of excitement, where you're not only teaching, music, collaborative piano or coaching, but you're actually using all these additional layers of who you are with your mindset, your mindfulness aspect, your yoga, ideas, everything really weaved into this offer that really sets you apart, right? And gets people to really connect with you on a personal level, in addition to your musical skills. So thank you so much for sharing that. I think that really speaks volumes. I'm curious to know if you could maybe add to like how this process of developing your online coaching business, your online offer, has also helped you in other areas of your life, of your perspective, overall, just belief in the things that you do, in the other areas of your life.
Yeah, absolutely. I am at the university, and I think that I made some choices going into this fall about my time and my boundaries and how I could feel. And right now I work with singers, so how I could feel safe about even just doing my job. And I feel I've always been out of the box, but I was able to actually articulate, this is how I want to do it this fall, and ask for the, just, confirm, I guess, rather than just ask for permission. I think in the past I would have asked, or I might not have ever have even done it. But like, I just felt so strongly that this was the right way for it to be a good outcome for everyone, just more confident in making that happen. And on another completely personal note, my husband and I actually got really into the meditation work, and particular, Joe Disperanza that Fabiana mentioned in one of our sessions. And it's been just amazing for us as a couple. And, you know, with he's also in the arts, he's an arts administrator, and, you know, we have our own, you know, whatever, everybody has frustrations with how the world, you know, the world works. But the idea that we can start to shape our own futures more, and work together in that way with, like, you know, this mindset work has been so amazing.